What's up, everybody? I'm back to talk about the last two episodes of Big Brother Canada. I missed Sunday's night episode, so I had to watch it later, and then Monday's came out, of course, the next day. So I'm gonna just recap both of those real quick. A lot happened, but really not that much happened. To me, I haven't seen as many personalities come out this year, which is kind of weird to me. A lot of people in there, especially in their DR, seems like they're just being fed lines from the producers, and it's very, very obvious this year. The way they say it and everything, I don't know. So I'm hoping to see some more airtime just to see people's personalities. Of course, I watch the live feed, so people like Kevin and Jordan and Sarah and Johnny and all those are pretty good, fun personalities. But Zach is kind of good too, somewhat. Ashley, people like that. But on the show, you don't really get to see much of that. But let's just dive right into it. Let's just do a quick run through of exactly what happened. So Bobby wins the HOH, even after Sydney tries all her seductive ways to make him fall, and it just doesn't work. Um, he wins, and like every first HOH, he wants to take the easy route and nominate the first two people that fell, and they want to go after Kevin, which doesn't make that much sense to me if they're because their alliance is majority guys, and I would think they would want to keep a few of the guys around to be targets for when a girl does win HOH instead of trying to take them out themselves. But anyways, that's who they put up, and then Kevin, of course, wins POV, takes himself down, which I was really happy about, and Sydney goes up for a replacement. Now, in the meantime, the girls made the biggest mistake one could ever make in this game, and it was freaking hilarious. Is they didn't check the room before they talked about who they wanted out and all this. So they basically told Kevin, "Hey, all the girls are working together. All of us are gonna vote out Kevin this week, and then we're gonna go after people like Bobby and all of the rest of the guys next week." And Kevin, because they didn't check the room, was like in the bathroom area of the HOH room and walked right out and overheard everything, which was his really saving grace in this game. And he was able, how I know Kevin is a good player is because he was able to take this information and work it, not cause a big scene himself, but use it within the house to gain favor with all the guys pretty much. So it was a very smart move by him. It definitely saved him, and hopefully that will get him to past these first few weeks and not be as big of a target as he has been. And a lot of people are changing their tone on Kevin, and I don't think it's to any fault of his own that he was a target. His game isn't bad. He's playing a good game. He just got on the wrong side of the alliance. The chop shop was made, and someone like Kevin would usually be involved in that, and he wasn't because they added two girls instead this time. And I think that's kind of why Kevin got was put up so early is just because he was the only other player not in the chop shop or aligned with the chop shop, aka Jordan, who was actually any kind of a threat. So I don't think people should fault his game too much. It was just kind of those when you kind of like it was. He's kind of like a Nick Uhas of season 15, where he got in, he had a good plan, but the alliance fell through, or he's on the wrong side of the house, and he just becomes an early target. And I think that's what's happening to Kevin, but hopefully he can work his way out of it. Um, so yeah, so that happens, and then he wins the POV. The POV comp was pretty hard actually. It's probably one of the harder comps we've seen lately. With all that, it's pretty cool. I like it. I liked most of the comps they've done this year in Big Brother Canada 3, moving to global. I think they're really stepping it up a little bit. Um, let's talk about the nomination ceremony too, because they changed the whole way it looks, and I have to say it looks very awesome with the whole door sliding open, and then they put the thing in and do all that. However, I was always a fan of pulling the keys and showing the order of who was nominated because I think it said a lot. So just having two people's faces appear on the screen while it may save time, I do think that it's not as informational because if the key is the last person, hey, well they were kind of, it's making a statement. So I don't know. I'm impartial to it, I guess. I mean, it looks visually nice, but I don't know. I'm kind of old fashioned when it comes to stuff like that. I like the keys being pulled for everyone, safety. Um, so that's pretty much the overview of the show. There wasn't too much to talk about. I mean, a lot of the stuff that was shown, I saw in the live feeds, the hot tub makeout scenes and all that. And I'd rather spend time talking about more of the alliances and what's going on in the house and just the overall feel. So we have a Zach and Ashley showmance blooming. Peely and Kevin are getting close, but I don't think Kevin wants to showmance. Um, Willow is like in love with Zach. Apparently, they're married or something. So I don't know if there is going to be a showmance. It's going to be Zach and Ashley for sure this season, and that's probably the only one I can see right now. Everyone just seems to be making out with everyone. And Jordan was kissing Cindy last night on the feeds and everything, so it's crazy. Um, the Chop Shop is stupid. It's gonna be a horror. It's gonna be a failed version of the Bomb Squad, pretty much. Greg is pretty much your Devin this season. He as soon as he hears something he doesn't like, he runs around and freaks out and tells everyone. So I'm pretty sure he'll be cut soon. And with the girl and the guys divide, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the other guys, like Bobby or something, gets cut soon as well. So I don't see the Chop Shop lasting at all. I think it was kind of a dumb alliance to begin with because there's too many people. It's 6 people. To me, that's way too big of an alliance. You should have 4, and everyone should have a side alliance because now all these people are gonna have side alliances anyways, and it's gonna confuse their train of thought. Not everyone's gonna be loyal to just the Chop Shop, and they're gonna have differing views on who should go up and whatnot. Um, it looks like it might be guys versus girls for the next few weeks, which I think I'm not just too opposed to, because I think it will get rid of the people who aren't really playing the game. So we might see like Bobby leave, who I don't think Bobby's that good of a player. He can just win comps. We might see, so yeah, we might see like Bobby leave, Greg leave, or Godfrey, or one of those guys, and then on the girls' side, we might see like a Neha leave or a Brittany leave or someone like that, which wouldn't be, I think we'll see a girl leave next week and then a guy leave the following week, and then someone's going to come back. Of course, we already know that. One person who everyone's high on, and that's Jordan. I like him, but I think he's starting to spread himself way too thin. He's already made final, like, 2-person alliances with him and Zach, him and Sarah, and him and Kevin. And these are, besides Zach, Kevin and Sarah are 2 super fans. So if they ever start talking, his name gets brought up, and they even hint that both of them may be working together, Jordan can really screw himself, especially this early in the game. You don't make 2-person alliances, which is pretty much a final 2 deal with all these people. That's something you do. You never really make that many final 2 deals. You just hint at reasons why people should take you to the final 2 and make final 3 deals, as you in a way. That way, but if people do talk, no one's like, oh, well, I have a final 2 with this person. So I think Jordan may be becoming allies with too many people, and then eventually his cards are going to be shown when he has to, when he uses a veto on Zach or something. Obviously Kevin's going to be like, oh, okay, well, obviously they're working together or something like that. So I think he's really digging his own grave, playing a little too much too early. But I like his overall idea. I think he could just do it better. Maybe he should have brought Kevin and Sarah in for a 3-person alliance. That would have made more sense to me, and not just all these secret 2-person alliances. But his alliance, I do think, has the best chance of going far. I think he should align with Kevin instead of Zach. I think they could definitely make it deeper in the game. But he's loyal to Newport, which, for those who don't know why it's named Newport, is from the show The OC. which aired like 10 years ago, is my favorite show. And there's a nerdy guy and then like a strong kind of guy that become like best buds and stuff. So Zach is like the Ryan Atwood, and um, Jordan is like the Seth Cohen. So that I like it just because they got it from those two. So it's probably one of my favorite alliances because they got it from that. But I don't think it's gonna be. But I don't see them making final two like a Derek Cody thing because I think Zach's going to be too much of a target towards the end of the game, and even Jordan might be with the whole competition they did to see, and everyone placed him as the most likely to win. So who knows? Like I said, I think he's better off working with Kevin because I think they think more alike, and they're playing sort of the a similar game in ways that they could just mesh well together and not they're not going to stand out as working together, I don't feel like, or being targeted together as much as Jordan and Zach might. Sarah's another one I like. I think she knows the game pretty well, but I don't know if she's going to find herself the right allies to kind of run through. She's working with Neha, and Neha's smart, but I don't think she has the social standing in the game to really go deep. Um, and she's working with Brittany, which is the same way. Like, Brittany's not going to win any comps or anything, so I don't think she's going to be much useful. It's hard to see. If a woman does win, I'm calling Ashley, just because I think the guys will take her all the way pretty far. So I'm calling Ashley or Peely to make final two, if any girls do make final two. But I think Sarah will definitely make jury, and she'll be probably a mid to early jury out. But yeah, so Johnny and Kevin, that alliance isn't gonna last long. I think Johnny's gonna get the boot probably. He might get it in the first five to leave. I don't know. But I mean, besides Kevin, besides the three super fans, I'm not really impressed with anyone's game yet. Godfrey, yeah, he just hasn't got enough airtime. I mean, he's playing this stupid card like he doesn't know what he's doing, and I don't know. As long as he can stay social in the house, which I think he was having a problem with the first few weeks of being social enough. I don't think people like him that much, and if he was social enough, then it would have been a good strategy. But since he's not, I don't know if he's gonna do that good and actually go far in the game. Um, but yeah, I mean, so out of the alliances, I don't know. I don't think any of these are gonna stay. I think this is gonna be a game where it changes when jury starts completely. All the alliances they have now, I don't think are gonna pretty much stay true. I think it's everyone's just trying to get some safety, get some reassurance, and work with whoever they can. So I wouldn't be surprised if it changes a lot here in the near future. But overall, the two episodes were pretty good. Like I said, I don't know. I just haven't felt as much entertainment this year yet. It may just be me, but none of the cast really entertained, especially their diary rooms. I mean, like I said before, it sounds like they're being fed lines, and it's just horrible. Like, I don't know. It is just horrible. Like, it's like they're being fed lines and try to make these characters like it's. I think like Brittany's lines sound so scripted, and it's like, oh, she doesn't. Bobby doesn't want to get blood on his hands, but yet he knows you always get blood on your hands or something like that. It's just like, no, just say like, Bobby, you put me up, I'm coming for you or something. Just be real. I hate scripted lines. I don't think Big Brother should feed people lines. They obviously picked them for some reason. They should have some kind of personality, so they should be able to up with something. I think they should just ask them questions and just have them respond until they actually get a funny response. I don't think they should feed them lines like, oh, say this, because it just sounds so scripted and you can just tell. And even if they're not being fed lines, then they're just playing up to the camera and trying to act like a character, which isn't funny either. You have to be a character, but also true to yourself. You can't just be something completely opposite, or it's gonna sound fake. You have to believe what you're saying too. Um, and I think that's where a lot of them are. They're not into whatever they're saying. They don't believe it. It's not coming from them, and it just sounds fake and scripted and horrible. So I hope the entertainment value picks up. But I mean, that's usually how it is. Though the episodes aren't as entertaining the first few weeks because you're just getting to know anyone, and then that middle stretch is when it's really entertaining because you got the conflict, and you know everyone, so you have your favorites and the people you dislike, so you're rooting and cheering for people and against people, and the end is usually when it dies out too, because all the big personalities have left. So over the next few weeks, it'll probably get more and more entertaining. Overall, it's a decent cast. I think this guys versus girls thing is probably gonna suck, but it might save Kevin, which I'd be glad for. But it was stupid on the girls' fault anyway. So I mean, they have no one else to blame but themselves. But overall, it was a pretty good 2 episodes. There's not any besides the Newport maybe, and just Kevin in general and Sarah maybe. There's not any really alliances that I like or anything yet. I think the Chop Shop is dumb. I think all the people in it aren't good players. So for Bruno, and it's like I said, I could see him being another Enzo, and I think he might actually go far because people will just forget about him in the weeks to come, especially if Greg and Godfrey leaves. He'll be kind of on his own, and people will forget about him until he becomes like a swing vote and he can get back in the game or becomes a part of another big alliance. So that's like the sleeper this season. I feel like is Bruno. Bruno might have his chance to go far in this game, and people might have underestimated him preseason. But yeah, that's pretty much it for these 2 episodes. I'll probably be back tomorrow night to talk about the eviction and whatnot. Um, Still looking for a co-host and all that. Hopefully, I'll find one soon. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is my recap. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later.